keeping them honest every night. AC 360. CNN, weeknights 10 Eastern.
But we begin tonight, as we always do, keeping them honest, with a candidate for president who's campaigning against big government, even though she and her family are personally benefiting from government money.
I want my candidacy for the presidency of the United States to stand for a moment when we, the people, stand once again for the independence from a government that has gotten too big and spends too much and has taken away too much of our liberties.
Minnesota Congresswoman Michele Bachmann jumping into the Republican race for president today, declaring her candidacy in Waterloo, Iowa. She chairs the House Tea Party caucus, and her anti-big government record is nothing new.
After the $700 billion bailout, the $1 trillion stimulus, and the massive budget bill with over 9,000 earmarks, no more earmarks. I voted no, not once, but twice, on the $700 billion bailout. I voted against every bailout that came after that. I voted against the stimulus bills. Our heads are spinning right now with the bailout mania. Out of control spending has consequences. The federal government continues to spend more money than what it takes in. More spending, yet again, spending that this country simply cannot afford. Cut the spending, stopping the spending, stop spending money that we don't have.
Michele Bachmann speaking out against government bailouts, earmarks, and handouts, but keeping her honest, it turns out she's not only benefited personally from government money over the years, it seems she's also lobbied for it. There's her husband's counseling clinic, Bachmann and Associates. He's a psychologist whose clinic offers what they call Christian counseling. According to the Los Angeles Times, citing Minnesota state records, the clinic received nearly $30,000 in government money since 2006. We did our own digging and learned that $24,000 of it came from a state grant financed totally by federal money. Then there's her late father-in-law's farm in Wisconsin, in which she's a partner. We got this information from a government watchdog group called the Environmental Working Group. According to the EWG's farm subsidy database, the farm got more than $250,000 between 1995 and 2008, mostly in federal corn and dairy subsidies. Congresswoman Bachmann was asked about both the clinic and the farm over the weekend.
The money that went to the clinic was actually training money for employees. The clinic did not get the money, and my husband and I did not get the money either. That's mental health training money that went to the employees. Number two, regarding the farm is my father-in-law's farm. It's not my husband and my farm. It's my father-in-law's farm, and my husband and I have never gotten a penny of money from the farm.
Oh, as for the clinic, according to the LA Times, yes, that money was earmarked for training employees, training which obviously benefits the clinic. As for not getting a penny from the farm, her own financial disclosure documents show that isn't so. They reveal between $32,000 and $105,000 of income between 2006 and 2009. In public, meantime, she was railing against and voting against federal farm payments, voting no on a 2008 farm subsidy bill. Yet the very next year, she wrote Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack praising government price support programs and asking for more. Quote, "I would encourage you to take any additional steps necessary to prevent further deterioration of these critical industries," she writes, such as making additional commodities purchases. In other words, more government intervention in the marketplace benefiting her constituents and herself, while she rails against big government intervening in the marketplace. Bob Schieffer asked her about that contradiction yesterday on CBS's Face the Nation, and she dodged the question. Watch.
What about farm subsidies? You benefit from farm subsidies on your family farm. You think we ought to think about cutting those back?
Well, I think everything needs to be on the table right now, every part of government. I'll tell you one thing that should be on the table. Under Barack Obama the last 2 years, the number of federal limousines for bureaucrats has increased 73% in 2 years. I can't think of anything more reprehensible than seeing bureaucrats on their cell phones in the backs. 73% increase in the number of federal limousines in the last 2 years.
Congresswoman, you're not seriously saying that eliminating limousine service is anywhere equal to reducing farm subsidies.
What I'm saying is that I think that's an easy one that we need to do. Clearly, President Obama is not serious about cutting spending.
We invited her on the program tonight, by the way. Her people refused, saying Ms. Bachmann was, quote, book solid all week. She did, however, appear on Sean Hannity tonight, where she was not asked about this at all. She also plans a full slate of appearances on tomorrow's network morning shows. We'll see if they ask her.